It's recording the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as we're ready to move forward, in class number 2 in Hilchot Brachot, we learned a lot of interesting new things last week. So let's start off with some questions to warm up a little bit. Nehemiah, as you're standing, take the mic. Pass it around. Okay.
You accidentally recited Hadama on an apple. Do you need to recite a new bracha? What if you accidentally recited Ha'etz on orange juice? Do you need to recite a new bracha?
No, yes. No, yes.
2 parts. What about the first part? You made Hadama on an apple.
Both no.
You don't have to recite.
No, you don't have to do a new bracha.
Okay, but what about the second part?
I say yes.
Ha'etz on orange juice. What bracha do we make on orange juice?
These days people say it has to be high.
Shahako.
These people say it has to
These
be
days, orange juice is ha'etz?
Yeah.
Shako, so what happens if I recited ha'etz on orange juice? Do we have to redo a new bracha?
Freshly squeezed oranges on there.
Freshly squeezed. Yeah. Where does it come from? It comes from the tree, but now it's shahakol.
Yeah.
But I made a mistake and I did ha'etz.
They hang you from the tree.
What do you think?
It's fine.
It's okay? It's fine?
It's a suffix bracha because
Okay, let's see.
today's the way we eat oranges.
Pass the mic. Next question.
Your friend stops by as you are about to eat the broth of vegetable soup before you recite the bracha. He says, I hope you do not say shakar on that. What is he talking about? What if you were eating chicken soup broth that had lots of vegetables?
You cook vegetables. There's a juice. What bracha do you make on that juice?
Shahako.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Always?
If it's
Well, you're in
broth
for a
means-
surprise.
broth means it has no.
The broth means that I cooked potatoes. Okay?
Right.
And there's now a juice. There's water.
No, it's a chunk.
That's what we're talking about. No, we're not. We're talking about the water that it was cooked with. You cooked carrots. And there's water that has a taste of carrots now. What bracha do they make on that?
That should be shakol.
Adama.
No, but that's ridiculous.
Adama.
Who says Adama? Raise your hand. Who says Shahakol? Okay.
We'll be surprised. But
Well, be surprised. A lot of interesting things we're going to learn tonight. Okay, let's move forward. Pass the mic. Wherever.
You are drinking a glass of beer and your friends ask, why don't you make mezonos on beer? How it's different than vegetable broth? What do you answer?
What bracha do you make on beer? Shakol. Everyone said that. Shakol. What is beer made out of? Wheat. Right? Wheat, barley.
Right.
So why are we so sure that it's shakol?
Change form. No, don't chew it.
We don't chew it? Okay.
Dayan Kuk Yosef says for Sparadim it's not even considered a drink. Disgusting.
I know a lot of Sephardi people that drink beer. Okay, let's figure this out. Next, who has the mic?
Who's there?
You accidentally recited Adama on apple. Do you need to recite a new bracha? What if you accidentally recited Ha'etz on orange juice?
No, I'm way backwards, sorry. One second. No, they repeated the same question twice. Okay, pass the mic back. This way.
Mic check.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, for those that don't have booklets, there's some over here. Let's look inside together. So last week we learned what is the right bracha to make on fruits, on vegetables that were cooked or baked. At what point does the bracha go down in standard, when it goes up? Now we're going to talk about the juice of the fruits and the vegetables. Let's call it the soup that was created from cooking. And after we understand what bracha you make on vegetable or fruit, soup, juice, we'll understand what bracha do you make on drinks, apple juice, orange juice, and all those fruit juice. Okay, so let's dive in. We learned the Gemara Masechet Brachot, and we find that there's a contradiction. So let's start text number 1, right on top of the page. There's some more over here again. Ve'amar Mar Baravashi. Mar Baravashi says, Hai Dusha de Tamri. The liquid from the dates. Mevarchin ilahe shahakol niya bedvaro. The bracha you make is shakol. My taima, what's the reason? Zea be'almahu. The juice of the fruit, the juice of the date is not a date. It's the sweat of the date. It's not really it. So on the actual date, which bracha do you make? Ha'etz. On the apple, on the orange, what bracha do you make? Ha'etz. You squeeze it. It's not the fruit. It's sweat, the Gemara calls it. Zea. Shakol. It's a drink. The problem is that the next page in Gemara, you see Brachot 38a says one thing. But in Brachot 39a, the next page, it contradicts. Amar Rav Papa, Rav Papa says, Pshita li, it's obvious to me. Maya de silka, the water of beets. Kisilka, it's exactly like beets. Umaya de lifta kilifta, umaya de kulashalki kikulashalki. The water of any cooked vegetable is the same exact bracha as the cooked vegetable. Let's look at Rashi. Maya de silka. What does silka mean? Tavshil shotardin. It's a dish of beets. Kisilka lini bracha. It has the same halachic standard as the beets for the bracha. So just like the beets, what bracha are you going to make on beets? It's a vegetable. Hadama. So the juice of the beets, what bracha should you make? What does it say in the Gemara? It says it's the same thing. Hadama. So we have a clear contradiction. Is it Hadama? Is it Shako? So we find in the Rishonim 4 explanations how to learn this machlok in the Gemara. We're going to start off, we're going to focus in the class on 2 explanations, the Rashba and the Rosh. So the Rashba says like this. Let's read together text number 3, the Rashba. Velodamya lemaya de shalki. Umaya de shiftu, dahanu kivan der rov achilatanu al de shlika me shlikatan kemo. Do not compare the dates to the beets. What's the difference between dates and beets? Beets, the way we eat it is how? Through boiling it, through cooking it. So because it's usual to boil it, the liquid, the water of the boiling, of the cooking, it keeps the same bracha.
Even without the...
One second. Hakol midi de les darkele mishleke. But something that's not meant to boil, dates are not meant to cook. You could cook them. That's not what they're meant for. Velo lemischete. They're not meant to squeeze them. That's not their purpose. Ela lemichli bein avanu. We eat them the way they are. Lo amrinan shiyu memen kemoen. We don't say that the water is like them. So the Rashba says like this. Back to the logic we learned last week. Let's look what is normal. The beets, it's normal to cook it. So because it's normal to cook it, the water the liquid is part of the food. Part of eating beets, there's juice. So therefore, the liquid of the beets is which bracha? Hadam. But the dates, it's not normal to cook it. It's not the usual. So therefore, what bracha should it be? Shehakol. So any vegetables that are from the root, it's normal to be eaten cooked. So therefore, the liquid stays hadama. Dates and other fruits, they're eaten raw. So therefore, their juice is just a sweat, like the Gemara said, Zea ba'alma, and therefore shahako. This is the explanation of who? The Rashba. In the Shulchan Aruch he explains. Let's see text number 4, turning the page. Kol haperot, all the fruits, afilu, zetim, vanavim, even olives and grapes, shesharan ubeshishlan b'mayim, af al pi shenichnas tam apri b'mayim, en mevarech al otam hamayim ela shakonim b'dmaro. The fruits, even though you cook it, the liquid is shahako. Let's get next paragraph. When do we say this? By fruits that it's usual to eat them raw. The Shulchan Aruch explains the Rashba. When I take carrots in the past were only eaten raw. And I cook it. When I planted the carrots, what did I have in mind? I had in mind to eat the carrots with the juice. I had in mind to eat the beets with the juice. So when I planted those beets, what was going on in my mind? The juice is part of the fruit. And therefore, what bracha do you make on the juice? Adam. When I plant the apple, did I ever think that the juice of the apple, I'm going to eat the juice too? No. I don't think anyone plants apples for apple juice.
I mean, yeah.
Today, maybe. Okay, we'll get to that soon. But normally, you plant apples to eat. That's what apples are for. You're wasting the apple by squeezing it. So therefore, it's shahako.
But on grapes, we say agape.
Grapes, when I squeeze the grapes, it's an upgrade. I make out of it wine. And therefore, it's even a more important bracha.
But how do you
And-
know?
Yeah.
For example, they sell at AG, juice of pomegranate. Okay, how do you know the intent of the producer? Was it when he plants those trees to?
So the Shulchan Aruch is telling you, we're talking about Rov B'nei Adam. Rov B'nei Adam, fruits are to eat the fruits. Vegetables are to cook. That's the opinion of the Rashba.
And if you mix, for example, carrot and apple juice.
Patience, we'll get there. We have 11 more classes. We'll answer it. And I'm not going to tell you which class, but one of those classes will answer it. Okay. Explanation number 2, the Rosh, the second way to learn the Gemara. He says like this. Let's read text number 5. Umaya de silka, umaya de lifta, umaya de shivasa. The liquid of all these vegetables are bore pri adama. Why? The kaimalan maya de kuli shalki keshalki merachinan aleo bore pri adama. Afal pi she'em bokim hamarak, even though it's only the Jews. V'tam hayirakot mevarech alen kimo shemevarech al yirakot atman. When I take beets and I cook it, I drink the liquid, the juice of the beets. What do I taste? I taste beets. So the essence of the beets comes out into the juice. What happens when I taste apple juice? What do I taste?
Apple.
No.
Apple.
Apple juice, not apple.
True.
The taste of the apple is not in the juice. It's a taste of the juice.
Yeah.
So when I cook the carrots, I cook the beets, what do I have? The actual vegetable. And therefore, according to the Rashba, even an apple, I cooked the apple, it's not apple juice. It's an apple I have here. I have the taste of the actual fruit. So therefore, the Rashba says, when I cook something, then I'm going to make either ha'etz or hadama. But if I squeeze it, and I only take out the juice, then what bracha am I going to make? Shakol. So the Rosh learns. Let's read it together. So root vegetables are eaten cooked. So when it's cooked, it's hadama. Dates are eaten raw. So therefore, the juice is shakol. But if fruits are cooked, what bracha am I going to make on the cooked fruits? The juice of the cooked fruits? Ha'etz. Ha'etz. According to the Rosh. What? It's okay. We're before halacha. Now we're talking we're in the Gemara now. We're in the Pilpul. We have the Rosh and the Rashba. So when we have two opinions, what do? So let's summarize. The Rashba says it's about my intention during planting, and therefore vegetables, my intention is in the juice, and fruits, my intention is in the fruit. The Rosh says it's about cooking or squeezing. So what's the halacha when it comes to brachot? To remember what we learned last week. When I have a doubt which bracha I make, how do I know? Safek brachot lakel. We have two great opinions here. We don't know. Do I make on the apple juice? Not on the apple juice. Do I make on the cooked applesauce? The water from the apple? Do I make a et or do I make a shakol? When I have a doubt and two opinions when it comes to brachot, we go by safek brachot lakel, and therefore what bracha should I make? Shakol. So here we're going to take both opinions. We're going to take the Rosh opinion and the Rashba's opinion, and let's see it inside. Fruit juice. According to the Rashba, which bracha should it be? According to the Rashba, fruit juice, which bracha should it be? Shakol. Why shakol? I didn't plant it for it. According to the Rosh, which bracha should fruit juice be? Shakol. Why shakol? Because I didn't squeeze it. So when it comes to apple juice, orange juice, pomegranate juice, any juice you buy in the store, there's no question. Because the Rashba and the Rosh both agree that what bracha should it be? Shehakol. So therefore the Psak in Shulchan Aruch is Shehakol. But when it comes to fruit that were cooked, according to the Rashba, what would he say? Which bracha? Why shakol? Because that wasn't the intention. According to the Rosh, which bracha are you going to make? Ha'etz. Why ha'etz? Because you cooked it. What's the halacha? Shehakol. Why? Because if I'm not sure if I should make the detailed bracha, I have a machloket, the two opinions, safek brachot lakel, and therefore which bracha? Shehakol. Now, we need some deep thinkers. So I have the apple and some juice. This can also be not cooked. We learned last week, kavush kemavushal. You can buy these fruit cups, right? So they have apples, pears, and some juice inside. So that is cooked with the fruit. So on the fruit, we know for sure we make ha'etz. On the juice, which bracha do we make? Shehakol. Now let's think for a moment. I ate the fruit, and now the juice is left. I took out the fruit. I already made ha'etz. This juice, which bracha is it supposed to be? What? It depends. Right? So, according to the Rashba, Shakol. According to the Rosh, Ha'etz. Right? So the first question was, I'm only eating the juice. If I'm only eating the juice, what bracha do I make? Shakol, safek brachot lakel. But here, I ate the fruit, and now I'm about to eat the juice. Do I make a shakol on the juice?
No.
Why not? Didn't we just say shakol? Because safek brachot lakel. According to the Rosh, it's ha'etz, and I already did ha'etz. You understand? It goes both ways. Safek brachot lakel. On one hand, we say, if I'm only eating the juice, make a shakol. But here I already ate the fruit, so I already made ha'etz. So I cannot make a shakol now. So here, the safek brachot lahakel would go the other way. Rely on the ha'etz. Or the best thing would be is to take a cup of water and make a shakol on something else. Because then you're really going by all opinions. That's halacha. Halacha is you cannot make a shakol. Because according to the according to the Rosh, your yotzeh was ha'etz. So if I have something else to make a shakol, make the shakol on something else. If I don't have something else to make a shakol, so the etz covers the Rosh opinions. Shakol is going to be extra. Safek brachot lakel, we do not say shakol. To avoid the issue, we say shakol on something else. Clear? Yeah.
Cannot say that the juice is batel to the fruit?
We didn't get into the halachot of batel. That's a separate halachot. But here we're talking about there is no more juice. There's no more fruit. You finished the fruit cups and you have a cup of juice, and I want to drink the juice like this. You can't say batel. It's separate. It's a full cup of juice. Do I make shakol? Don't I make shakol? The answer is, because of this machloket, I already made ha'etz, I can't make a shakol. Clear? What? Again, we're talking about cooked apples, let's say. Either cooked or kavush kimevushal. If it sits in something for 24 hours, we consider that cooked. So that's why I said the example of those ready fruit cups that you can buy that are cut up fruit with juice inside. Okay? So I eat. What bracha do I make on the juice alone? Shakol. What bracha do I make on the fruit alone? Ha'etz. Now I finished the fruit. So if I'm eating in one spoon an apple with juice, then you say tafel, secondary. The main thing is the fruit. The juice is secondary. Ikar v'tafel, what bracha do you make? On the ikar. But here I finished the fruit. Come closer. Front seats. I already made the bracha on the fruits. And what's left, I only have some juice. Here we say, I cannot make the bracha on the juice because I was already yotzeh with the etz. And so the best thing would be is to make a bracha on a separate drink. Yeah.
Question. If I'm taking a drink of water, take a pill. I believe we were told you don't make a bracha.
Very good point. Very good point. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So for argument's sake, not water, apple juice. Okay, water is a separate story. It's another sugar. We're going to get there, but just not to get. Okay. Vegetable juice. I cook vegetables, a vegetable soup. Again, we're not going to get into the ikar and the tafel over here. You took out the vegetables, and I only have the soup now. I cooked potatoes, onions, carrots, and I just want to drink the soup. Which bracha should I make on this soup?
Everybody agrees, it looks like.
According to the Rashba, what would he say? Hadama. What does the Rashba say? We look at the intentions, why it was planted. The potatoes and the carrots and the squash and that were planted for what? To be cooked. And therefore, the juice would be Hadam. The Rosh, what does he hold? anytime you cook either a fruit or vegetable, what bracha is it? Hadama. So what would be the halacha over here? Hadama. Cooked. We're not at a final halacha. Come on. We're gonna get. So, seems to be no machloket. So, I'm having, again, soup. We're not talking about grinded soup. We'll talk about grinded soup next week, B'ezrat Hashem. When you have a squash, a sweet potato, zucchini, leave that for a side for now. We have full vegetables in the soup. I'm only drinking the liquid according to the Rosh and the Rashba. Both say ha'adama, and therefore halacha lema'aseh would be what? Hadama. But there's some conditions. If meat was added,
Before the meat, Rabbi,
yes.
what's the difference between this and what you just mentioned with the fruits?
So, Mechila, at the beginning of the shiur, we discussed the big difference between fruit and vegetables. According to the Rashba, he says that fruit are not meant to be cooked. Fruit are meant to be eaten raw. So therefore, the liquid is not capri. Only vegetables, the liquid is the same. According to the Rosh, he says, it doesn't make a difference. Anytime you cooked. So, but vegetables, everybody agrees that the purpose that it was cooked, or the purpose you planted it was to cook, and therefore everyone would say vegetable soup, the actual soup is Adama. Many times our vegetable soups, especially if you're in a Ashkenazic home Friday night, there's a delicious chicken soup with many vegetables. So Shulchan Aruch says, if meat was added, what taste is coming into the soup over here? What is the main taste? The meat. So if the meat is the ikar, what bracha are we going to make now? Shehakol. So therefore chicken soup, or meat soup, I don't know who puts meat in soup, but chicken I think is normal. The liquid, okay, but the liquid is shehakol. But it's still a normal thing that many people cook vegetables, and only vegetables in a soup. So, did anyone know over here that on a vegetable soup we'll make adama on the liquid? No. Well, now you know. That's why we're here.
What if there's matzah balls?
What if there's matzah balls? Very good poll question. So, this idea of the meat really applies to anything. We look at what is the main taste. What is the taste? Most of the time, if I'm not mistaken, the matzah balls come at a later stage. They're in the soup for a little bit. They're not really cooking with the soup. The vegetables are cooking for hours and hours. Now, Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Auerbach says a very important point, and he says, it really has to be cooked that I taste in the liquid the vegetables. So it really has to sit for hours and hours to get the strong taste of the vegetables. If it doesn't get the strong taste of the vegetables, then it stays shehakol.
What if I just put the bouillon, like the bouillon, the viande from the poulet, bouillon poulet, you don't beat the chicken itself, like today they cook, they make the soup, the bouillon, so it tastes.
So we're gonna say soon that even if you're gonna put chicken powder, the osem flavor, right? It's artificial. But at the end of the day, what's giving it the taste? That. Because we're going to learn later that it says if you pour some vinegar then inside of it, so the main taste is coming from the vinegar, again, it loses the vegetable.
Even if there are entire pieces of carrots and...
Correct. We look at the ikar. Yeah.
For matzah balls, the soup, would you then say a bracha separate for the matzah balls?
We're going to talk about ikar and tafel at another class. Okay?
Don't eat until then.
Till then, make them mezonot on the matzah balls. Okay. What about tea and coffee? What bracha do you make on tea and coffee? Wow! What bracha do you make? According to the Rashba, what's the purpose of coffee and tea? To cook it. What bracha should it be according to the Rashba? Hadama. According to the Rosh. What's tea and coffee? It's vegetables, right? According to the Rosh, any time you cook it, even if it's a fruit, Hadama. Where's the coffee over here? Whoever made Hadama on a coffee? Hashem Yishmor. What's going on here? We don't know halachot.
Coffee is a fruit, no? Yeah, it goes on trees.
Okay, it's said it, that's it. Makes it better. Anyone can help us over here?
The intent was not to eat.
The intent was to have the juice. When I planted those coffee beans.
No, but not to eat the coffee beans.
You can't eat it.
What?
Not to eat the coffee
Oh. It's mixed with water. And the carrots were mixed with what? Also with water. Everything is mixed with water. It's cooked.
You can't eat coffee.
You can't eat coffee. So here we learn another interesting halacha. Let's read text number 7. Yeah, I already told them that to put page numbers. Text number 7, everybody has it? We still have 5 more books here. Akasha. V'chol zeh, the Shulchan Aruch Haravi says, and it's the same thing in the Shulchan Aruch. It's the page right before the middle. When I cook the beets, I planned on eating the beets and the liquid. Therefore, is the juice of the beets a drink or a food?
Food.
It's a food, right? It's like the sauce of the chicken, where you make a separate, the boshakol, but it's part of the food. We don't consider it a drink. But if I cook the vegetables only for the drink, I don't like carrots, but I only like carrot juice, I throw out the carrots. En shem marak alehem, ela shem mashke. They are not called a soup anymore. They are called a liquid. Uledivrei hakol mevarech alav shehakol niyah b'dvaro. And according to everybody, the bracha you recite will be shakol uber nefashot. V'lachen mevarchim al mayim uvushalmim alim. And therefore, water that's cooked with leaves, what is that? Shekorin te. Or if you soak strawberries or apples in hot, you make the bracha shehakol niyah b'dvaro. Because the intention is not to eat the leaves. The intention is just to get the juice. So based on the previous logic, on tea and coffee, it would be hadama. But now we learned a whole new idea. That if I'm cooking it only to drink, what bracha do I make now? Shakol. So all of the above only applies to marak, to soup. But when it's cooked only for the juice, now it's no more a food. What is it called? Mashke. It's called a beverage. It's called a drink. And therefore, the bracha would be what? Shakol. Let's go to text number 8. Vechen marak shel maaseh kadera mechamesh haminim. The same would apply if I have a soup that has something that's mizonot in it. It has to be smushed. We'll talk about that. En hamarak nechshav ketafshil levarech el habar min mizonot. Im ba lishtoto b'fnei atzmo elam ken bishlo kedei lachal atavshil. So if I have a soup, a noodle soup, okay, very common, right? The instant soups. So I have the noodles, I pour hot water, I finished it, I eat the noodles, and after I finish drinking, what bracha do I make? No bracha. It's part of the soup. It's part of it's mizanot. But what happens if I take out the noodles right after? I just want to drink. What bracha would you make? Shako.
And what do you do with the taste?
So 1 second, this brings us back to what? What drink were we shocked about before? Beer. When you soak the water in the wheat and the barley for beer, anybody eats the barley? No, they take it out. It's just to give the taste. And therefore the bracha on a beer is not mizonot. It's shako.
Well, we just said if it's giving the taste, like the meat with the soup.
Okay, so we're gonna get to the spices. We're gonna get to it. Let's say there's no taste, just the pasta. That's an ikar and tafel. Let's say that you don't like the spices. You just have what's giving the taste is just the pasta.
So it's the pasta.
Yeah. So therefore, it would be
Well,
mizonot. But that's only if you're eating the pasta with the juice. You're eating the pasta. But if you don't eat the pasta, I take it out. So then it's like coffee and tea. Then it's like beer. And then the bracha will be what?
I
Shako.
was comparing it to the bouillon, the poulet. You said if it tastes like chicken,
Correct.
it is not chicken. I still
Correct.
do charcoal because it's
Correct.
It's the
Yeah.
So here also the mezonot, it's what gives the taste to the soup. It is not.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the logic that if I don't eat the food, it's no more a tafshil, it's a mashke, it's a beverage, and therefore it loses the bracha. The coffee and the tea should be really hadama. Why is it not hadama? Because the reason that I cooked the coffee and the tea was only for the drink, not to eat. If I would eat the coffee beans together, then the bracha on coffee would be hadama. If I would eat the leaves, the bracha on the tea would be hadama. But I don't. I'm just giving a taste. I want a liquid. And therefore the bracha shako.
יש משקה תה שנקרא matcha. matcha זה בעצם, זה הלים של, it's the leaf of the green tea,
Okay.
but they make powder of it, and you actually cook it.
Like instant coffee.
Or even mint you eat. Mint you can eat.
So next week we're going to learn Bezrat Hashem on fruits or vegetables that were crushed. What bracha do you make then? We're going to get to next week.
But it's funny that they keep in the same category the vegetable broth and the drinks. And hold the two.
So the Rosh considers it the same thing. The Rashba doesn't. And that's why only when the Rashba and the Rosh agree, which the only case we said was what? By vegetable soup. That's the only time you'll make Adam. Okay. But what about the vegetable broth? She says it is always considered marak. And never mashke. What about, we spoke about before, you have the guy that doesn't like the beets. He doesn't like the carrots. So he takes the beets and the carrots and he throws it out. What bracha does he make? No. Hadam. Why? Because he's crazy. The Torah doesn't change brachot for crazy people. Batla da'ato etzel kol adam. We look at what most normal people do. Most normal people, they eat vegetables. And when they cook vegetables, they eat the vegetables, eat the soup. You don't eat vegetables, you don't eat the drink, we're not going to change the bracha for you. Even though you only want the soup. So therefore, the bracha stays Adam.
So that is the case for bits juice.
One at a time, what?
Is it carrot juice or shako?
Who said carrot juice shako?
Before, we said carrot juice or shako.
No.
When you do...
Pear fruits.
When you do only carrot for the juice...
But ladato, it's not called adam. That only works for coffee and tea and for beer, things that you do like this. But vegetables, you're not supposed to be doing that. But ladato, it's called adam. We look at the majority of human beings. A majority of human beings cook for the vegetable also.
Yeah, but today we buy carrots to juice them, and we buy beets to juice them too.
We'll get there. Bezrat Hashem. With Hashem's help, we'll get everywhere.
At least we know crazy existed back then too, okay?
What?
It's a crazy
Okay.
What about
Now, what about, yeah, sorry.
I just want to say, similar to vegetable juice, but like, let's do puree soup, because we're talking about broth.
Next week. Okay, we'll get there. If you want, we can do one night, 12 hours, we'll cover all the classes, but... Okay, what are we left with? Vegetable juice. Okay. So what happened over here with the vegetable? I juiced it, right? So what would be the halach over here? According to everybody, vegetable juice is shakol. It's not cooked. The question was about cooking it. The status of malak, soup, only applies to cooking. If it's squeezed, it's called zeah, it's called sweat, and therefore it does not have the bracha. Okay. Let's go back to the vegetable broth. So we learned the opinion of the Rashba and the Rosh. In Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Yosef Karo, he brings the two opinions. And he says, only when according to the Rashba and the Rosh, both of them agree, that's when you'll make what? Which bracha? Hadam. They won't agree by heads, because fruits are always eaten right? But now, there's a third opinion that we didn't mention. The Ra'ah says that if I eat vegetable soup alone, without the vegetables, it's shakol. Now this opinion is not brought in the Shulchan Aruch. But Rav Avad Yosef has an interesting opinion. And he says, Safek brachot lahakel afilu neged hamechaber. Even if the mechaber says one thing, normally Rav Avad Yosef is known, Shulchan Aruch kadosh v'tahor. But safek brachot lahakel, if there's another opinion against the mechaber, and it's a question of brachot, he's going to hold that you go by that opinion. So according to the opinion of the Ra'ah, if I only have vegetable soup, the soup without the vegetables, you'll make the broth, you'll make the bracha of shehakol. This is a big machloket, even between the Sephardic rabbis. Rabbi Shalom Esas argues very strong against Rav Avad Yosef, and therefore Moroccans would follow the Shulchan Aruch, and a vegetable soup make ha'adama. Those that follow Rav Avad Yosef, if they only have vegetable soup, they'll make a shehakol.
The broth.
Only the broth. Yeah, sorry. Without because once you make the vegetable, once you eat the vegetables, there's no question. Clear?
Yeah.
So if it wasn't complicated enough, he had the third opinion.
So the guy was a bit crazy, it's not that crazy.
So the guy that's a bit crazy, according to Rav Yosef, he's a shakol. Yeah, no problem.
So if you have
It's one of the Rishonim, the Ra.
okay.
Yeah.
So if you have Hadama within
The Rosh is the Rosh.
if you have, for example,
Apples, potatoes.
potatoes
Yes.
with carrots in a couscous soup. No?
Okay.
So if you do boil peri Hadama, you are prepared the soup as well.
Yeah, but there's another question. Ikar tafel. What's the main
Is it
thing?
that?
Is it the couscous? Is it the vegetables? Don't eat couscous this week. Wait one more week.
It's wrong on top of
It's
the
not Rosh Chodesh this week. Okay, let's summarize. Yes. Safek brachot, which would mean, which bracha should I make? Shehakol works for everything. Hadama doesn't work for everything, right? So if it's a question, do I make Hadama or Shehakol? Like the first question, the Rosh says Hadama. The Rashba says Shehakol. If I do shakol, according to everyone it works. If I do adama, it doesn't work according to everyone. So I'm not sure what to do. Safek, brachot, lahakel. Do shakol, it'll work for everyone. Even though in general we're supposed to be as most specific as possible. When I'm not sure, I'm making, and I'll do the less specific bracha. You're not really lying, but according to that opinion, you're not yotzeh, because it's not ha'adama anymore. Now, if I did ha'adama, safek brachot la'akel would go to the other side now, because I already did adama, and according to one opinion, it works. So I can't do a shakol, right? So it could be on both sides, the safek brachot. Yeah. Oh, it was just.
Rama holds like that also?
Okay. Yeah. Who? The Rama, on which point?
No, this is the one like this we're saying.
Not like the opinion of the Ra, not like Rav Yosef.
No.
The Shulchan Aruch, the Rama doesn't argue.
Like the Rosh.
Yeah. Okay, let's summarize over here. What?
So we need the next class for it.
We'll get there. Let's summarize over here. Okay. So fruits, even the liquid from the fruits, always shakol when I'm eating it alone, right? If I'm eating it together, then I'll be eight. The juice of squeezed fruits or vegetables, always shakol. Number 3, broth of normally cooked vegetables, hadama. If vegetables are normally uncooked, then it would be shakol. If meat is added, it's shakol.
You have the noodles there.
Or if you have something else, it's weak. It's not giving it a strong taste. Again, it would be shahakol. Okay. Again, vegetable soup hadama. If meat was added, shakol. Oh, we skipped ahead for this. What happens if you put a soup mix?
No vegetables.
There's no vegetables, but it's a mix of vegetables. Depends which croutons, actually. By the way, some croutons are hamotzi. Yeah, you go to buy a salad crouton. I'll tell you where I know for sure, because he told me at Pizza Gourmetti, he said that those croutons are a piece of pizza. So, and his pizza's hamotzi. It's hamotzi. Yeah. But that was a side point. So, what bracha would I make on this soup mix? Right?
Fake vegetable soup?
Fake vegetable soup, yeah. So let's see. Let's go to text number 11.
Is it in the summary?
What? No. The summary was just before. We're moving forward. This is not a summary.
There's another
We're
section.
continuing to learn. Yeah, it wasn't the summary of the end of the class. We're just text number 11. You have vegetables that were cooked with vinegar. Borscht, another Ashkenazic food. We spoke about it before. Cook beets and drink the juice.
Borscht has meat in it.
What? No, the real borscht is just the beet juice. Gomel. I never drink. In food, I'm Moroccan. Chutz mimayim. En mevarchim al hamarak birkat hayarakot lefi sfar shona. So if there's vinegar or something else, then you do not make hadama. She'en mei yarakot chashuvim kamotam ela mipnei shemavashlim bahem ad sheyitnu tam bahem v'yochlim gam ken. What makes a vegetable soup hadama? The vegetables in the soup. But here. But over here, because there's another taste that you're putting in. What is the main taste? Hare tam ze ikar. So the soup mixes, even though it tastes like vegetables, not vegetables. There's other things there. And therefore, that is the ikar. And therefore, it will not be ha'adama. And therefore, it's going to be shahakol. According to the Rajba, we look at the taste. It's shakol. According to the Rosh, he says, at the end of the day, it's powder of vegetables. And therefore it should be Hadama. When I don't know which opinion to go by, which opinion do I do? Safek brachot lakel and shehakol. Oh, in the past, carrots were only eaten cooked. Today, most vegetables can also be eaten raw. So does the whole logic change now? The whole idea of the cooked vegetables is because according to the Rashba, what did we say? How do we start off the shiur, remembers? The intent of planting the carrot was for the Jews.